Ooh, child. Why I have to be up close all the time? Okay, y'all, it's been a day. It has been a day. Work has been crazy, like all get out. Let's see what's happening here. Oh my God, it's been a day. I'm so sleepy. I am so sleepy, y'all. You have no idea. So I need to come on here and do another car rant. It's time. And first of all, I didn't, this is like a liner, but not a liner. Hey, Christina. But I did like a little wing with eyeshadow, but it has now fallen all over under my eye. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do that again. But anyway, y'all, it's been a long day. I'm tired. A lot of things are going on right now. A lot of things are going on. First and foremost, I just need to want to just, you know, pray for everybody in Puerto Rico right now. I'm going to Puerto Rico, and it's just been these earthquakes. It's just been super, super crazy. So I'm just going to pray for everybody there and their safety and all of that good jazz. So I just wanted to put that out there. Please pray for everybody in Puerto Rico, making sure that they're okay and all of that stuff. It is very sad. Thank you, Christina. Thank you so much. But I wanted to put that out there, but today we are doing a rant. And let me tell you guys something. I was been disrespected 3 times. I have been disrespected 3 times in one day. Not today. Not today. I'm just about to tell you about this day. So, you know, I'm going to try to keep this short. So I'm going to try, but this is my rant. I don't like to be disrespected, okay? I always talk about being disrespectful. It's my thing, right? So and I hope this conversation don't make some of you feel uncomfortable or anything like that, okay? Especially if you're a woman watching this, you're not going to feel uncomfortable anyway. So it's gonna be all good. So I was in, shopping because I needed a new brassiere, okay? So I go to the bra shop. I go, hey, Lori, girl, I'm about to tell you, I was disrespected 3 times in one day. Okay, we will be not doing that. So I'm shopping for a brassiere. Okay, and these are a few different situations. Shopping for a brassiere. So mind you, I know what kind of brassiere I wear, right? Okay, I know my size and everything. Yes, guys, I am very well endowed. Okay, let's not make no mistakes. However, I go and get myself a bra. This is the first disrespect right here, right? I go there and I said, I'm looking for a brassiere. This is my size, this, that, and the other. Now, there's nobody in the store but the other lady that was working at the counter, right? This is what she said. This is the first disrespect. I told her the kind of bra that I wanted included my size, okay? You know what she says? She says, well, you're much bigger than that. Heifer, she obviously didn't know who she was talking to. I was like, excuse me? Right, Christina. Excuse me? And it was the way she said it. Had she said, well, you know what, ma'am, I think you may, like, even if she would have said, okay, well, let's get this size, and I also want to offer you some alternative just in case this feels a little bit too tight. You know what I'm saying? Like, she could have said anything. Right. She could have said anything else but how she said it, right? So I'm like, I don't, I'm a positive person. I don't do no too much fussing or mussing or anything like that. It's not like, like back in my 20s, I would have cussed her out. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saved. I'm now saved. Okay, so I have a little bit more self-control in my older age. Okay. And so I was like, whatever I said, right? And then I tell her, like, she's basically saying to me that I told her I was okay. I'm gonna just tell y'all. After that was the first disrespect, okay? The second disrespect is that I told her my size in terms of this part of it. Okay, so I'm a 38. She gonna try to put me in a 42. That's the second disrespect. I'm a 38. Now, mind you guys, I go by European size. Girl, right, Christina? Right? So I tried on some of the bras and stuff, and hence I know my size. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So I typically go to, there's this place in Georgia. Oprah used to talk about it. Oprah Winfrey used to talk about it all the time. And they have it's here in Georgia. And this is where I go. Hey, Lou. And so this is where I go to get my bras, but they super expensive. I'm super, hey, bras are they're super, expensive and all that stuff. But this place wasn't so much, you know what I mean? I just wanted to get another work bra. Okay. So the first disrespect she's saying, oh, you're much bigger than that. And the second disrespect is she gonna argue with me? She gonna tell me and try to put me in a 42 when I know I'm a 38. I know I'm a 38. Okay. And so anyway, I didn't even get any bras from there. I went, let me tell the story. So that's the second disrespect, okay? So we got the first one, we got the second one. Then I go to the bra shop that I usually go to. Now, mind you, I had to pay an arm and a leg for that bra. I wasn't expecting to do that, but I was like, I gotta do what I gotta do, okay? So I get to the bra shop that I normally go to, right? I'm telling the lady this situation, like it's a fancy bra shop where they bring you in a booth, like you got like really fancy 20 curtains that go by. I mean, it's dope. You know what I mean? So I tell her the story, right? So she take my measurements, right? Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. Okay, I know my bra size. Okay, I'm typically like a 38H. Okay, H is for hallelujah. Okay, why she measured me, right? She was like, well, Marlo, you're really a K. Who got breastises that's a daggone K? Where in the alphabet how do breasts get to be a K? I just want to know. Is it okay? So basically, she was like, really nice lady, right? She was like, well, no, Marlo, you were absolutely right to tell that lady that, because you're a 38. See, well, my body, you guys can't tell because I'm in the car. I'm very heavy on top, but I got a small, traditional black girl, you know what I'm saying? Got big, and right here, it's smaller than this. So it's common, but it's not that common for you to be so small as a 38, but have such a big, everything else. So she told me I was a 38K. K. Who the heck is a K? Y'all tell me right now, who got what's a K? A K. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. So she fitted me for the 38K, right? And the bra is dope. I'm like, $75 later. Okay, perfect bra, just like just covers everything, full coverage. I'm bringing it to Puerto Rico if I make it there on Friday. Let's pray for that again. And so I'm good with it. But this is my thing. If I'm telling you I'm a 38, now the cup size that could vary. You know what I'm saying? For whatever. But I knew I was a 38. And she's sitting there telling me something different when I know what I am. I've been wearing bras for a long time, and I'm not that chick that I don't get my bras from Walmart, okay? It is what it is. Y'all know I'm bougie, okay? So it ain't like, you know what I mean? I'm that girl that half of America do not wear the bright bra. Half of America, over half of women in America do not wear their correct bra size. Point blank in the period. Hey Lisa, true story. Okay? But I did get the cup a little messed up, okay? I got the cup, when I went to, and I go by European size. When they told me I was a K, they sure don't, Christina. I was like, oh my God. So I'm now settled with the fact that I'm a 38K bra. So this fancy place that I go to, right? They write down your measurements, and then what you could do is that they give you like 2-3 websites that actually do the European size quality bras. Hey Carlos, quality bras. And what you do, you could go on the website, but then I have to pick it up from the shop. It's like it's not a consignment shop. I don't want to say it's like that, but it's fancy smancy, okay? So after I dealt with that, now mind you guys, this is all in one day. I'm at one place, the mall, and then I had to go to my fancy shop, which I should have just went to my fancy shop from the jump. But I was trying to be cheap. I wasn't trying, because I thought, because usually my bras be $150. You know what I'm saying? When it's all said and done with. You know what I'm saying? But I was trying to go the easy way out and get me a $40 or $50 bra, which I still ended up with a bargain because it was like $75 plus tax. But usually it's like 150. Trust and believe. Okay. So anyway, let's move forward. That was the second. I talked about the first disrespect, the second disrespect. Now we're going, this is the same day. So I leave the mall, go to my specialty shop, then I go back to the mall because I wanted to go back to Sephora. Now this is my thing about Sephora, and I've talked about this with folks on here in the past. Now, mind you, my daughter is a manager of a Sephora, okay? So I love Sephora. I love my baby girl, okay? All of that jazz. But this is my problem. Now, I go to Sephora. I'm trying to match myself for a foundation. Listen, I know how, obviously, I'm a makeup channel, okay? I know how to buy foundation, all right? So, my thing is this. I go to Sephora now. It's one thing if I didn't have no makeup on or anything like that, right? I go to Sephora, my face beat to the gods. Eyebrows on fleek per use, and all of this stuff, right? So I'm at the Huda part of the store, whatever, because I like that Huda Beauty foundation. So I'm just playing around matching myself, right? So the lady, very sweet, oh hi, I'm like, hi. She was like, do you need any help? I'm like, does it look like I need help? No, I'm just playing. I didn't say that, but I was thinking it. I'm not gonna lie. This is my thing with you. I'm honest with you guys. I don't sit up here trying to be like, I'm humble. Don't get it twisted. But I know when I know what I'm doing, I'm gonna say I know what I'm doing. There's nothing wrong with saying that, right? So she had even said to me, she said, oh my God, your makeup looks beautiful. I was like, thank you so much. She continued to say, if I need any help, I'll let her, whatever. So we're just talking and stuff like that. So I'm in my foundations and doing this, and then she continues to ask me this. Okay, so this is where the disrespect comes in. Okay, this is where the disrespect. And so she continues to ask me, well, do you want me to use that machine type of majigga that Sephora uses on his skin? No, I know how to match my sound. Okay. Now, mind you, I'm tanned right now. So, and it's my preference. People, y'all do what you want to do. I match my foundation to my body. Okay. I don't need to wear a foundation and it ain't matching my body. So I'm typically darker on my body because I don't tan my face much. I do tan it, but it's not like I go ham with it because I don't got no time to be, almost 50 years old looking like I'm 80. Okay. Point blank in the period. So, we go on, I go on and I'm like, I had some shades on me. She gonna tell me, this is where the disrespect comes. She was like, well, I don't think that's really your shade, ma'am. Did I ask you for your help? And I'm not gonna sit up in Sephora explaining to you why I'm choosing what I choose. First of all, I am over 45 years old. Okay. You see my face is beat. You see that I obviously know how to do makeup. You gonna sit there and act like you know my skin better than me? Have you been living in my skin for over 45 years? I just want to know. Now, granted, with all due respect, I get that they have the knowledge and they could offer assistance in that manner for people who really don't know. But clearly, I'm not one of those people. Okay. Hey, Darletta. Hey, clearly, I'm not one of those people. So, and then, okay, so now that's this third disrespect is lumped into the one. Okay. So I handled that situation, right? Right, Lori. So most people that know me on my channel, they know that I don't wear blush. Mostly everybody, if you've been watching me for a long time, you know I don't do blush. It's not, and I'm gonna repeat myself, it's not that I don't like it. I just don't use it. It's very seldom that I use blush. That day, I happen to have on a bronzer, and there is this blush that I do like. It's like a mineral blush, but it's like literally matches my skin tone. All it does is provide a little shimmer. Nothing like you can't even see true color in it. But she noticed it obviously because we beauty people could notice that stuff. And so she was like, she was trying to, I don't even know how the conversation derailed onto a blush. I forget now, but she was like, oh, your blush, do you want a blush? Or I was looking in that section or something at not at blushes, but at other things where the blushes were. So she said something. I was explaining to her, I'm like, no, I don't need a blush, this, that, and the other, because I don't really like blush, right? I mean, I didn't say that. I said I don't really use blush. You know what that heifer said? She was like, well, you got blush on now. I was like, if this heifer don't get, I would, you know what? I was like, you know what? You need to take your 20-something-year-old self on right now, okay? I mean, and so I found myself explaining to her what I'm explaining to you guys right now. Like, I found myself saying, sweetie, I'm not saying I don't like blush. I'm just saying I usually don't use it. This is just a day that I happen to blush, put something on. But it was the way she said it, like, well, you got blush on now, heifer. I'm like, this is now, y'all, this is all happening in the same day. In the same day. Two people tried it. First, somebody gonna tell me that when I walk in, oh, you're much bigger than that. Then she's gonna try to debate whether I'm a 38 or 42. And then I got this chick at Sephora trying to tell me what color is best for me on my face, along with her being a smart aleck about, well, you have blush on now. Disrespect. No, it don't. No. The point is, I didn't say, it does make sense, because the point is, I didn't say I didn't like blush. I just say I usually don't wear blush. I didn't say I didn't like blush. So her perception of what I said was skewed. Oh my God. I'm like, and the point is, you don't debate. You don't, and the point is, like, I think, Lou, I don't know, the point is, I'm a customer, okay? I'm a customer. You have to be, when customer service, you talk to people you don't talk to people in a condescending manner, okay? She don't know me from a can of paint. I'm a customer. I'm a paying customer, point blank in the period. What she should have just said was like, oh, okay. Well, can I help you with something else? You don't talk, you don't do that. Okay. And I know this, and I speak very highly of this. I am the customer service queen. If you look up customer service in the dictionary, my picture is standing right next to it. Ask Heritage Hospice. Yeah. Right. Exactly, Lou. Carlos. I know. I didn't want to do that. It wasn't that deep. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have done that. One thing I'm not gonna do is jeopardize nobody job. And you know them young folks, they need a little bit of Sephora money. So, okay, I didn't mean to say it like that, but you know what I'm saying. You know, younger, that's how they get, people get started. You know what I mean? Working in Sephora and Mac and stuff. It's not like they make a boatload of money unless you're a manager. You know what I'm saying, or something like that. You know what I mean? You can, but patience. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah. But you know, customer service is customer service, especially in retail. Especially in retail. But the point is, it was a funny thing to me, to be honest with you. It's not a 10. Okay. It's not a 10. But I'm like, I've been tried 3 times in one day. It's like, I mean, the foundation thing, I think, okay, if I had a like, I think the worst one was the response from the lady about the bra. That was the first one. That was the first one. Hey Lisa, that was the first one. It's like when I'm telling her I'm a 38 H, she like, no, you're way bigger than that. Hey, see, no, no, you don't come at customers like that. That's Lisa is on here. Lisa work. You could tell you customer service is everything. Okay, and then the foundation one. The foundation one, oh no. Oh no. You yeah, that was just like, I mean, how you gonna I just have a problem. And this is what happens between all the Sephora folks and Mac people, everybody who make up at makeup counter, and they got themselves a little bit of a 6-7 month training. You, you know what I'm saying? I know I know, right? They get all this little bit of training, and then they want to offer, and it's great. I just think that it's a manner of which you do it. You see what I'm saying? That's why they're trained. And Sephora got a tight training process, because my daughter works at Sephora. She tells me, she's the manager. She was like, they have a really tight process of what to do, how to talk to people. You know what I mean? And so this girl clearly didn't get the damn memo. Okay. It's warranted to do all of that and to offer all those suggestions and all of that stuff when clearly the client is really asking. They don't know. They're like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. I don't know makeup, blah, blah, blah. But when it comes to somebody where you clearly know that this person does make, you're the one who's sitting there, oh my God, you're in makeup. You're acknowledging that, obviously. And I'm telling you, well, no, I'm familiar with how, to pick my own foundation. But yet you still gonna be like, no, heifer. Okay, so we gonna play these games today then, right? Love you. So I was just like, no. Mm-mm. But isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy how like I got disrespected 3 days in a row? I mean, 3 times in one day. Right. Exactly. But I mean, come on, guys. If you guys rated, don't you think the bra situation was kind of like worse? Like, that's really worse. That's like body shaming. Well, I don't know if it's body shaming. I just think she said something that was just inappropriate at the time. You know what I'm saying? She shouldn't have said, well, you're much bigger than that. Granted, my cup size was much bigger than what I said, but just for her to say her response was, no, you're much bigger than that, that's not cool. That's not cool at all. And I'm telling you, people need to, I mean, just that falls under the umbrella, guys, of customer service, point blank in the period. I feel that there are a lot of companies that got great like okay, let's like makeup companies, even that, how many times, guys, that we're on, hey Jasmine, right, it's how you say it. But how many times do we talk about, even in the beauty community, if we get a package, if it's broken, and then if we call, the people, or we get a nasty service, nasty response, or we don't get no response at all at the end of the day, it's customer service. If I have a bad product that came to me from a makeup company, and I reach out and they're like, you know, Marlo, we're so sorry, we're gonna send you a new one, or whatever. That right there has alleviated my feelings about that initial issue of my product being whatever broken or defected or whatever. It's making me feel like, oh my god, this company, god, they responded to me quickly, they're gonna send out, and like, cool. But if you get a negative response, what's gonna happen? You ain't never gonna buy from that company again. Trust and believe. There's people on here right now on my live right now that have me talked about in private about experience, and they will never buy from that company again. Because why? Because they had an issue, but it wasn't rectified appropriately. It's the same thing. Customer service is customer service. And when you're dealing in retail, whatever you do, you own a business. I don't give a daggone, the customer's right. Now, I'm not saying, you just have to know how to talk to people. You have to have a tone. You have to have, you have to be able to meet their needs. Because that's all people want, is to be heard and for their needs to be met as a consumer. Plain blank in the period. That's all they want. Right. You continue to support the brand, Lori. You know what I'm saying? But people, I don't know what it is, where I'm not just talking about companies. I'm talking about even restaurants. Even here in restaurants in Atlanta, you just be like, oh my God, this is an expensive restaurant, but you got an attitude. You need an attitude adjustment. Exactly. And I'm in healthcare, okay? And I deal with death and dying every single day. And this is my thing about customer service, okay? Suppose our nurses go out and see patients all the time. They're tired. We live in ATL traffic, this, that, and the other. But let me tell you something. Like I would tell a nurse, right? Suppose you get called, right? I don't know, 2 o'clock in the morning, you got to do a pronouncement, right? And something happens, like there's traffic, and you just mad about it. All right, take yourself out of your shoes for 2 seconds. How do you think the person you're going to see feels? How do you think they feel? Their loved one just died. You get to go home after you do the pronouncement. You get to, go back to your loved ones. Okay, right? You get to do this stuff. So sometimes, like, when you're in the moment, just think about how is it for the other person at that time. I think I kind of like, got, I digress a little bit. But the point is, the customer service point is the point. That lady that told me, oh, you're way bigger than that, was disrespectful when she was arguing with me about me being a 42 versus a 38. Disrespectful. The lady at the Sephora gonna tell me what is best for me on my face when I clearly know what I'm doing, and then her attitude was like, oh, you got blush anyway. On. Disrespectful. Point blank and period. So that was one hell of a rant. At the end of the day, it was like about customer service. Y'all, my eye, like, okay, so I told y'all in the beginning I did this eyeshadow thing, and the eyeshadow, now I've had this on all day. The eyeshadow flaked all under my eye. Like, I got eyeshadow all up under my eye. Like, all up under my eye. I look like a hot mess right now, but that's okay. I needed to get, like, on this rant before I go home, because once I go home, it's a wrap. Yeah. Hey, Divine. Yeah, they do. Yeah. And sometimes, at the end of the day, and that's troublesome too, because there's a lot of times where customers will be, they could be the absolute most, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times what I do, well, it just depends on, I guess it really just depends on the business. If I was working at Sephora, and I mean, I don't know what kind of customers are actually doing the most, and what the most is for a worker. But You just have to know how to handle people, or just respond appropriately. Rather, you could always, if you have the knowledge and the ability to de-escalate a situation, that comes with experience, though, to be honest with you. A lot of people, you're not born out of a box with that type of experience, or with that type of knowledge, or know how to de-escalate any given situation. That comes with just knowledge. It comes sometimes with experience. Oh, now that's just disrespectful, Divine. Now my daughter be telling me about that. Now that's just ridiculous. Now that's how you gonna try to return something 2 years ago? I'd be like, man, we can't do it. 2 years and have a product for 2 years and then try to return it. And plus, my daughter be saying sometimes, and they won't have no receipt. See, that's what I like about now most things, especially when you have the app like the Sephora app or whatever, or Ulta, like the receipts are right there. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know how long they last on there, but when I purchase something, all I gotta do is get to my email or go to my app, and it's right there. That's the receipt, the proof of purchase. But yeah, that's crazy. That's just, my daughter tells me about that a lot. She's like, Mom, they be coming in here and they have to go get the manager, which is my daughter, to explain, because, and that's why you have those levels of, of employees and disciplines and customer service. Because, when I was at a specific level, what I used to do when I had an issue, a customer service issue, when a customer was maybe coming at me or whatever, I was like, what, man, I am so sorry for your experience. Let me get my manager. That's the bomb about having managers and bosses. It's like, you could just be like, let me get my manager for you. So then you're out of the picture. Then you don't even got to deal with it at the end of the day. But as a manager, it's definitely going to be challenging. But as a manager, managers are trained to de-escalate situations, and sometimes things aren't going to go all the way to the customer satisfaction. However, as long as you still maintain your tone and all of that jazz, that's still good for you in the company. As long as you didn't come out, sideways, then you're good to go. I gotta I gotta put some oil on my scalp. Mm-hmm. Hey, Louise. Man, you just be all, I gotta get on Louise sometimes. I be like, he be missing my lives. Hey, Carla. You just missed a whole rant. Like, y'all just missed the whole rant. Y'all definitely gonna have to watch the replay. Oh my God, I was disrespected 3 times in one day, guys. One lady told me I was bigger than what I am. Then she's gonna argue with me about my bra size, and then Sephora disrespected me, telling me they gonna try to tell me what foundation shade I am, when I'm coming up in there with my face beat, and they know I know how to do makeup. I'm not saying I'm perfect, you know what I mean, or nothing like that, but I know my foundation, okay? And the lady just, yeah, but I think some of these people just need a, I think no matter what business you are, all employees, the foundation should be a customer training service first. Okay, Liliana. Yeah, so just, for anybody, guys, just for all, whoever, always remember, if you're going to be in a business and, working, customer service is everything. It just is. And everybody, I'm sure, has a job for the most part. We all have to deliver some sort of customer service, even if, we're not the owners of the company or something. You still have to work. You still have to do it. And believe you me, I mean, let me tell you something. I bought my first house. I bought when I was 25 years old. And it was based off all my customer service, because I was banking in tips, because I had provided good customer service. I used to be a bartender. I used to make, man, okay, so back then, I'm gonna tell you, I don't care about telling you how much it was. Right now, it's probably everywhere. Like, the tipping system is all different and stuff. Like, bartenders or servers have to tip out their bartenders and all that stuff. But back then in the 80s, we get paid hourly plus our tips. every bartender had her own register, and there was like no credit cards or anything back. We didn't accept that. We not the bar that I worked in anyway. And so I would make $7 an hour. Just think about it, $7 an hour plus tips, and I would keep all of it. $7 an hour plus tips. I was banking, and I was saving my money, and I bought my first house at 25. Yeah, them were the good old days. But now it's not even bartenders. It's not even like that. Like, you have to like tip out and all this stuff. I don't know. My daughters know more about it more than me because they used to be bartenders. So they tell me about it. They used to tell me about it. I'd be like, really? Like, they would make like $2 an hour, but do with tips. I don't know. I forget how it works here in Georgia, but it wasn't like how I was back in the day. So the point is, I was providing good customer service even in my 20s, but I knew, I was, back then, you know what I mean? I was buying, I did what I had to do. You know what I mean? I was going to listen. If it took for me to be like, oh, thank you so much, you are so nice, to get my tip when I served you your drink, that's what I was going to do. That's what I was going to do. I was going to get that money. I was going to get that tip. So you got to think about it like that. You know what I mean? You got to think about it like that. So anyway, that was my rant, y'all. If you got right, Laura, you know what I'm talking about, okay? By any means necessary. And then I would, of course, because there was 3 bartenders. It was me and these 2 other girls and stuff. And after, when somebody obnoxious would ask for a drink and just act stupid or be like, just act really just inappropriate, especially to the girls, we would like be like, okay. And then we would go behind the register and be like, girl, we'll be talking mad smack. But you know what? While we were busy, when we were working and when we were serving them drinks, we had a Coke and a smile on. How can I help you? And oh my God, I could tell you some stories back in then. That's a whole nother video. That's a whole or another rant or something about back in the day. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, why make your life harder for not having good customer service? Like, I could have, like, at the end of the day, right? I could have, the Sephora per person, and I asked my daughter this, I'm like, had I went to her manager and explained like what was happening, she would have got in trouble. But again, it wasn't that deep. I mean, I'm a grown woman. I'm not gonna get no 20-year-old fired from their job. That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful. It wasn't like she, you know what I mean? She just has a little bit improvement to do on her customer service. That's all. I don't do that. Like, I don't, it has to be real bad for me to be like, can I talk to your manager? Because I'm not gonna jeopardize a young person getting a coin. Yeah. Exactly. Like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna take no food out of nobody's mouth. I'm not gonna do that. I would never do that. You know what I'm saying? As I said, there may be a few times that I had to like, can I see your manager? But it was bad. Like, it was like really bad. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I just be like, bye, especially somebody young. I wouldn't, you know what I mean? Now, if you was a grown woman, like a real girl, like 50 something or 40s, or you know better, girl. I'd be like, you know better than act like that. Oh no, Carla, I would never, I don't do that. Like, as I said, I'm ranting and I'm like, this is my car rant, but it's not a 10. It's not a 10 for me. In fact, I laugh about it. I'm like, oh my God. I was telling my daughter, I'm like, let me tell you what happened at Sephora. No, it's not a 10. Not at all. It's not a 10. I'm not gonna, I probably will see her again because I go to that Sephora all the time, actually. So I never seen her though. That was my first time. She must have been new or something, because I know my regular girls at Sephora, but I never saw her before. You know what I'm saying? She must have been new. And so, one of the things that I would never do, and as I said, you always got to ask yourself, is it a 10? Is this situation a 10, or is it a 1, or is it a 2? You know what I mean? And People make mistakes and people have to grow. And I am not going to be in Sephora complaining to a manager about somebody who's 25 years old is learning and is learning their way. You know what I mean? I'm not going to do that. No. No, it's not my style. I remember when I was 25 trying to get that money.